All right. I believe now we're going. Okay, so now I believe we are live. But anyway, man, how are you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday 10 p.m. live stream time.
Well, yeah,
All right, so
we
fucking
made it, bro.
right, fucking everybody's working for the weekend. That's us. All right. So anyway, today on the Liberty Bowl, we are going to be talking about the cultural Marxists basically cannibalizing the Young Turks right now. Right. So I'm not too sure if you heard about the whole thing going on with the Anna Kasparian right now, and basically the cultural left is attacking her. I mean, originally they were attacking her over the birthing person thing because of course she said that it was quite offensive to women, which really the entire trans movement really is offensive to women. Just really offensive to society in general. But either way, I mean, it really is kind of offensive to women. So they were attacking her for that. So now she's basically got a new thing, and it's what the fuck was it? So I guess they
the
wanted
bur- the bonus hole.
right the fucking bonus hole. So I guess what was it fucking the whole trans community wants to refer to actual real women vagina now as the bonus hole. I mean, I don't know. I could have it the other way around. I don't know. I don't really keep up with the whole trans trend and shit because it's fucking retarded. But either way, it's something going on with that. And basically, what's happening right now is Cenk Uygur is coming out and basically defending Anna Kasparian, and the left fucking ain't having it. They ain't. They're showing no mercy right now. Let's see.
It, it's pretty hilarious. I mean, it's like it's pretty customary leftist, dude. They eventually turn on each other. You know what I mean? It's I mean, just like a Stalin, for instance, he takes power, and everyone that got him there's disappeared and airbrushed out of paintings and whatnot,
Right,
photographs.
the
You know
original
what I mean?
Photoshop.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean that's basically what the left, the leftists and Marxists have basically always done. It's an unsustainable ideology to basically, when you run out of people to attack, you're going to start attacking yourselves, you know, and that's basically what we're
Yeah.
seeing going on right here. In fact, Cenk Uygur, he's over here. I got some of the tweets pulled up and stuff. He's trying to basically cope with the, I guess, major dogpiling that's going on right now. So let's see, this is from the 6th. So basically, the Young Turfs replied to Cenk Uygur basically saying, you and Anna could have just said nothing, or could have just not said anything. But congrats, you and Anna are giving far right figures like Ben Shapiro legitimacy to their agenda. How? They're trying to use you and say, see, even progressives find trans people crazy. To which Cenk Uygur replied, so you think talk show hosts should say nothing? On a political issue they cover, they should hide their opinions and instead they should defer to people they disagree with. Interesting take. Sorry, I'm not a vow sorry, I'm not a vow of silence when I disagree with someone on my own side. And it's basically he's been going on with them for the since yesterday. And so here's another one from yesterday. If you can't tolerate any dissent from your maximalist position, are you sure you're a progressive? Is it left wing to throw allies under the bus for the slightest disagreement? Probably not. I think some people on here are becoming the caricature the right wing drew up of them. Do you think
Dude, it's like I said, it's modus operandi of the left, bro. You know what I mean? It's like it's funny that he's been a part of that movement for so long, and
mhm,
it's like just dawning on him. You know what I mean? What they're really about, and I would love to see there when the epiphany pops that he was a person doing this exact same shit, fucking just you know what I mean last week. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right. It's funny. It's like he's on the edge of the abyss right now, like kind of staring over, and it's like, dude, take the plunge, bro. Just go, man. Just fucking go with it, dude. But he's trying to, like I said, he's trying to cope with it. He's trying to act like he's not going to go to the right, or he's basically not going to just let this dogpiling from his own side get to him, and he's basically going to continue with the far left politics and all this and that. And he's basically, let me read this other tweet that he said. Is every Twitter activist now claiming we're doing a right-wing pivot going to come back and apologize to their own followers for misleading them when we don't? See, when we don't turn into a Dave Rubin or a Republican, are you going to admit you were miserably wrong? So basically what it sounds like is, like I said, he's going to try their, I mean, the Young Turks, basically, they're always going to be leftists, but they're going to try and continue with the cultural leftists, even though dude, they've exiled you. Like, there's no turning back. Like, they're not going to just like, okay, you know, like, he apologized. Apologies mean nothing to these people. Once they've, you know, tasted, you know, a whiff of blood, they are not going to stop until you are completely eviscerated and fucking your life is destroyed. Like, you cannot apologize to these people. And he's either going to find that out the hard way, or he's going to go to the right. That's basically the only two options right now. There is no turning back for him. He's for the Young Turks in general. You know, not just Cenk Uygur. It's the Young Turks in general. They're being eaten alive right now, and they're basically trying to like, oh no, we're cool. You know, just it's okay. No, dude, they're fucking piranhas, and you think you're one of them, but no, they're fucking eating you, dude.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you could take it, a different way as well. I think that the left has a real hard habit of acquiescing to the machine. You know what I'm saying? And the Young Turks are part of the machine, dude. You know what I mean? Like it's not like some YouTube creators are like this, but the vast majority, they do this stuff out of their home computer, in their kitchen, in their basement, what have you. I mean, these guys got multi-million-dollar backers. I mean, you just saw Cenk running for what Senate, right, in California.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was also part of, the Democrats that got AOC the acting position that she's in, and you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. But I do believe that if he apologizes, like you were saying, dude, that's blood in the water. It makes things worse. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Anna has a better chance of turning the ship around than Cenk does, because he's a condescending douche.
Right.
You know what I mean? So even if you're on his political side, but then you disagree, he shines that douchey light on you. So I don't think he could make it right, but I believe Anna could.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, pretty handily, I believe. And like you were just pointing towards. This is what the left does. They think they push these maximalist Marxist ideas, and they believe they're going to be part of the inner party, and then they're surprised when the left turns around and does what they've always done and cannibalize their own.
Yep. Like in the whole thing of communism is basically sold on like, oh, like and everybody will just pull all their shit together, and then we all just have to work a little bit, like, well, that doesn't actually work. And then when it comes to, when the chickens come home to roost, when it becomes reality and people start to realize like, oh, like maybe we can't all just work a 2-day work week or some shit like that. And fucking, maybe we can't all just get fucking their universal basic income because I'm a human being and I live in this country. Like, no, that's not reality. That's going to fail every single time. And then when it does fail, off to the gulag with you. Like,
yeah,
it's happened time and time again. And still, the whole go-to is, well, it just hasn't been done right. Like, we just haven't had the right person to do it. Like, even if you find that right person to do it, what happens when he dies? Then what? Yeah. Right. Or what happens when he's offed by the next, to fucking to ascend to fucking power. Because that's another high possibility. Not probability. I mean, fucking politics and that shit is fucking cutthroat. Sometimes literally.
Yeah. And especially when it comes to situations like that. I mean, like you're saying, what happens when they die? Does it go to his son? His son could be twice as bloodthirsty, or you know what I mean? Someone could come up, the uncle could kill the son, take the position, or I mean, it's intrigue.
It could get passed down to Hunter Biden.
Pork chips. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, full on, man.
Yeah. But anyway, man, it's been about what, fucking 10 minutes now, and I haven't even fucking smoked yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this dab going, man. But yeah, man, so it's, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing plays out, because I mean we know how it's gonna play out, but it's gonna be interesting to see how the Young Turks are going to play their hand at this, And you never know. There, I mean, the left could do a. I mean, like you said, they are very very prominent on the left. They could do a complete pivot, and for the first time in their fucking, you know, communist fucking Stalinist life, take someone back. Actually
Right.
accept an apology just to show. Yeah, because like I say, fucking people like Anna, a lot of the people with some sense that aren't just so deep into the game that they can't fucking smell anything other than their own shit because their head's so far up their ass. People like that are starting to turn away from the Marxist culturalist fucking left because of these exact fucking things. Basically, they're starting to realize like, oh wait, everyone's right when they say like you can't apologize to them because they're still going to destroy you anyway. Well, maybe if they just let one slide, they might hold on to a smidgen of their whatever they have before it's completely before the whole shit hits the fan.
Think about how loony leftist you'd have to be to think of Ben Shapiro, one of the most milk toast corporatist fucks on the inner zones, and think of that as far right.
All right.
You
All
know
right.
what I mean? Like he's a conservative. I give him that, and he's a religious conservative,
Mm-hmm.
but he is not far right. He's like a stereotypical GOP fucking rhino warmonger motherfucker,
Yep.
dude. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
mean, yeah, dude. And that's the reason. The only thing people could point at in recent times that would even give it that slightest moniker is the fact that YouTube's cracked down on the Daily Wire, right, as extremist content, right? But we both know. I mean, if you watch 2 episodes of Ben Shapiro, you know that guy's the furthest thing from far right.
Right. Pure Zionist to the fullest, but pretty
And
far from right.
yeah, yeah, conservative. I'll give him that. Even with old Dave,
Yeah.
right? How he just distinctly mentioned him. I mean, Dave Rubin is not. I mean, he might have conservative values, but dude, he's a homosexual in a homosexual marriage that just adopted people's children. Like,
Yep.
bro, that's not conservative.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So you would I don't know. I mean, uh, you know, obviously with the whole ideology war going on right now, there's basically a big conversation right now as to defining what makes a left and what makes a right. What makes I mean, liberal. I don't call them liberal; they're fucking Marxist. And what makes someone on the right. Or what makes someone conservative. So I don't know. I mean, personally, I think when I think on right wing, at least in modern times, I think more individualist. Basically people that aren't about like social safety nets and all this and that type shit. Basically people that are more like individualist. Basically I don't know. I guess really the whole religious part and stuff really isn't you know so much of a defining factor of right these days. Basically if you're
I think it
if
goes
you're a
along with conservative.
right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, basically, if you're a moralist, in any way, you're right wing. You know, I mean, if you're an individualist and a moralist in any way, I consider you pretty right wing in my opinion. At least in modern standards and stuff. Really fucking back what 50 years ago that'd be fucking far leftist. Like what do you mean you ain't in church fucking 7 days a week? But in modern times.
Yeah, in modern view, definitely, man. And it's crazy because any other time, it was just considered part of like normal life.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, there to me, there's a pretty big difference between conservative and right. You can be right and be conservative.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But to me, if you're even far right, you're not necessarily conservative.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I mean, it's really far right is changing things too. You get into that authoritarian situation.
Right.
So
It really makes the whole like political compass kind of weird, because when the horizontal lines are generally based on the economic ideology and stuff like that, when really like I say there's a lot of people on the right that are all for fucking social safety nets. Just they want to run them the way they want to run them. It's not so much an economic ideology really anymore. Even it's more just kind of I don't know. Like I say, we're really kind of on the dawn of a new era right now. We're really like I say at the cusp of basically a whole new you know uh, ex, um, uh, fuck is it, eon of humanity, you know. And I basically think that things are being redefined right now. You know, even the idea of religion, you know, in general. You know, a lot of um, like, you know, conservative Christian people and stuff like that nowadays, like when it comes to things, you know, relating to science and stuff, would be considered fucking, you know, godless heathens, you know, back in the day. Like really, like I said,
Right.
it really, we're on the dawn of a new era. It's really kind of a, like I say, we're in the middle of history right now. It's pretty crazy shit going on, you know.
Yeah, and it sucks that there's so many lizards that are involved in the power structure because a new era could be something great and fucking exciting. New technologies, fucking new ways of life, ways to make things easier for your fellow man, yada yada. But instead, those things are being rolled out, but they're being censored and controlled and used as weapons and fucking, you know what I mean? And I don't mean weapons in the conventional sense. I mean like as far as information's concerned and like news, social media fucking, rollouts, threads or what have you. Like, regardless of the Elon fallout with that situation and the lawsuit, that could have been a cool thing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But instead, immediately upon rollout, it's being censored. There's warning labels being put on people's accounts for absolutely no reason. They haven't even posted on the fucking platform yet. Shit like that, man. I mean, it's everything is just it's being corrupted at the same time it's being invented.
But I,
you know?
but at the same time, a lot of that, you know, like deep corruption and stuff, like the stuff, you know, like that wasn't so much, you know, seen in light before. Like, I mean, a lot of the conspiracies that are basically being proven true nowadays really couldn't have been proven true without actually someone like breaking into some fucking public record. I mean, you know, with some top secret records office or something like that. Basically, with the like the whole fucking 4chan army and fucking everything with the internet right now, the whole community is being, you know, brought together. I think a lot of this stuff can't be hidden anymore. Like, no matter how hard they try, no matter how hard they try to subvert reality, they can't do it anymore because the people, you know, where information is shared way too rapidly right now. You know, there's no way that they can control that anymore. And so I think if we are on the dawn of a new era, like I say, things generally tend to go toward the good. You know, I mean, the bad does occur, but it doesn't tend to prevail. You know, for a very long time. You know, without things like revolt happening. So I think we're coming to a, you know, possibly a new era of clarity. You know, possibly. You know,
I
like
can I can I can agree with what you're saying completely. Like, and I do agree to an extent, but like you see with like the latest lawsuit, right, with Biden, the injunction and whatnot, with censorship, with big tech, like these things come to light, but unfortunately, they tend to come to light after they've already been used for a purpose.
yeah,
Like the Biden control of big tech, they got what they wanted out of the 2022 election. They got to cover dissent as far as Hunter goes, or talking about Biden's policies to the point now where so much shit's been rolled out. Even if someone comes in new in 2024, it's probably going to take them the first fucking 2 years just to untangle the mess.
right.
And that's like a conservative estimate. It could take their entire term. You know what I mean?
And that's I mean that's what we've been really kind of opining on for fucking a while. You know, is Biden trying to just burn the whole fucking bitch down before, you know, the basically, you know, the intelligence fucking community and shit like that, they know, you know, everything that we're talking about before we even think about it. You know what I mean? Like this whole idea of a, you know, a new era rising and shit like that. Like they've been talking about this years ago. You know, this has been, you know, the pandemic and shit like that type. You know, 2020 fucking, that was the year we're gonna fucking start off the powder keg. What the fuck ever. You know, that's the. I guess
Yeah.
the year that they dawned for a new era. Actually, when you really kind of think about it, dude, fucking 2020. It's fucking clear vision. That's clarity, bro. Yeah, I mean, maybe like I say, I don't know. That like I say, it's just kind of a play on the fucking the numbers and shit. But yeah, fucking, I don't know. Like I say, he could be burning the whole shit down, and it may take fucking, you know, time, you know, time to repair. But at the same time, maybe the shit needs to be burned down. You know, maybe he's just maybe they see the ship is on fire, and they're like I say, they're stuffing their pockets and shit. They know that there's no way to put out this ship, so they're basically trying to just stuff their pockets and, you know, fucking, I don't know, do whatever the fuck they can with the ship before it actually starts sinking. You know, but either way, one way or another, the ship is going to sink. That's basically just reality, and it's you know, it's rough to think of, but like I say, you know, things tend to turn to the good. Like I say, maybe we're coming into a new age of clarity. Like, a lot of this stuff on the left, the left is just in the spotlight right now because they're fucking idiots. They're not good at hiding shit. Who knows? You maybe fucking once Republicans get into office and we start doing more digging and shit and it's like I said, these podcasts and stuff are becoming more pop culture and stuff like that. That's basically where people are actually getting their news from. They're not actually getting it from the news, where they get their headlines from, but they actually get the um I guess kind of breakdown of it by watching Tim Pools and Sticks and fucking Ben Shapiro
Crowder
and
bits.
Crowders and dude, all these people and stuff like that. They're getting millions of views for a reason. People are actually watching them. If their view counts are that high, I guarantee you they're not inflated because of the fact that they're fucking hated by every platform that they're being viewed on. And so, I mean,
yeah, you know what's worse about all those numbers that you just spewed?
Hmm.
The Young Turks got 450 million views last month.
Right.
You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Dude, that's rough, man. I shit when I read that. It's exactly what you're speaking on, but it's going the opposite direction.
Right.
Like there's more people listening to that small group of Marxists than the majority of the conservatives combined
Right.
that you just named. You know what I mean?
But I think a lot of those people are, like obviously, young college age, kids and stuff like that. The people that are actually in the cultural Marxist indoctrination camps and shit. I think that's where a lot of those, viewers and subs and all that shit are really coming from. But like I say, the reality is that this ideology cannot survive. It can't. It simply can't. And we're seeing more and more people fall off of the fucking left wing, Marxist ideology fucking ship every single day. Like I say, we're not seeing anybody from our side defect. I cannot think of a single fucking one within the last few years, that has defected from the right. I mean, maybe gone more libertarian, like people like Anomaly and stuff like that. But I haven't really seen anybody defect from the right. I've seen plenty of people getting kicked off from the left.
Cheneys, your Kingsingers,
right. Like I say, I don't think those people aren't defectors. Those are the fucking rats that are in the kitchen the whole time. We're cleaning house basically. And
but sticking with that metaphor you used for the ship, I do agree with what you're saying about they're lining their pockets as it goes down or what have you.
Mhm.
But at this point, it's more than that. They're using that metaphor. They're shoving money in their pocket with one hand and poking more holes in the fucking hole with the other.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're not only trying to fucking be greedy and everyone for themselves. They're trying to sink the rest of us as fast as they fucking can, bro. And that's the shitty part. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we put these people in positions to represent us, but, and we know the vast majority of the time it's about self-enrichment. But at this point, it's worse than this. This is, ideological subversion, treason, fucking. I mean, you could just go down the fucking list.
Yeah.
And to me, they're guilty of it in some way, shape, or form.
Yep. Like, and basically where we're at in America right now is about the last fucking 2 sentences of the fucking Yuri Bezmenov interview. That's about where we're at right now. Like every single fucking thing he said, fucking domino after domino, the way that he said is gonna happen has happened. Like perfectly. Maybe like he said, maybe even better than fucking Konrad Trotsky could ever have imagined. Like
Yep.
That's fucking, it's really happening. It's pretty crazy to see.
But what's terrible is like you'd like to think that it's just these younger kids that are being indoctrinated and whatnot. But in reality, it's older people as well. Just earlier after we got off work, man, I stopped to get some food and I was having a conversation and we were talking about similar shit, but it started going into like public decency. And of course, this person was running with the right's fucking censoring people and banning books and shit like that. So I started breaking it down. And they're like, well, what does that matter to anyone else, like as far as the homosexuality goes? And I started talking about the best way for ideological subversion is through children. Fucking, they're doing this shit in public, yada yada. And literally, the reply was, "So."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, some people.
I couldn't believe it, dude. And this person's almost 70 years old, and they vote. You know what I mean?
Some people, like I say, dude. I don't know. It really does kind of suck because you don't want to fucking subvert anybody's freedom, but some people really are communists at heart.
Yeah.
like the someone that we may have on the show soon. I've sent him out an open invitation. Every Friday at 10 o'clock. Whenever you want to hop on, John Bay, our resident communist, you're welcome to hop on, man. But
eBay Bay, eBay Bay, come on and sell some solar panels, motherfucker.
right, but yeah, some people really, I mean, like you say, fucking, when you actually think about it in the Fantasyland kind of way, it really is, an ideology of, oh, everything could be great, like, and that's the way it is sold. But like
That's
I
why I
say,
did
it right,
fucking lollipops and palm trees, bro.
it discounts fucking the reality of life, and it also discounts human nature. It completely
Yep.
overlooks those two fundamental facts that you have to think of when you're trying to think of a way to govern billions of fucking people. That's basically just the kind of things that you need to take into account. There's never going to be a time when everybody agrees, and if that's not completely evident right now, I don't know what else is going to, like you just said, dude. Like the there's always going to be somebody that agrees. It's going to may even be a 70-year-old man that's like, well, that's okay. It may be somebody just like that,
Yeah.
but there's never going to be a time in human fucking history when everybody's all on the same page. Maybe on the same fucking page, like with situation wise or circumstance wise, like we were with the COVID thing, but still, we didn't come to any sort of agreement that entire time. And that's
But you know the saying, man. If you're not a socialist when you're young, you don't have a heart. If you're not a conservative when you're old, you don't have a right?
all right.
And I never thought that as a younger guy, I was the wild dude being courted by the National Socialist Party.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And dude, obviously, as I've aged and grown and tried to take in wisdom, to me, conservative is a natural route to want to preserve one's culture, family, way of life, yada yada yada, right?
Yep.
And I just can't. I never thought I'd see the day when I would talk to someone in that age group and they look at me and tell me it's okay that dudes are jamming dildos in each other in broad daylight on a fucking street in front of children and families.
All right.
You know what I mean? Or be told that traditional thinking is radical.
Yep.
Fucking amazing.
And
Dude.
when you really kind of think of it about it too, this type of shit wouldn't fly in any communist nation in the world right now. This shit would not fly in
Yeah.
fucking China. Like, you'd be fucking nope. You're fucking, don't worry, we're gonna disappear you real good. Like, this shit would not fly in any other nation in the world. And that's what a lot of these young people don't realize. They're trying to tear apart the fabric of America. You don't realize that the fabric of America is the only reason that you were even allowed to exist, period. With
Yeah.
with the fucking mental mindset of these people and stuff like that. Like I say, these people really are kind of mentally ill. We really should have never fucking shut down the fucking asylums. Like, these people
I
are
was
out here
saying
and
that
they're fucking
exact
and they're
same
breeding
thing. Fuck.
and they've become the fucking Democrat Party. And like I say, these people would not be able to exist in any society other than fucking the freest fucking nation in the goddamn planet.
And if you actually look back through history, anytime like people have become androgynous, it's at the end of an empire. It's
Yep.
the opulence and apathy. You know what I mean? It's
The decadence.
I heard, yeah, I heard a line earlier. They were talking about Greece when you see, the older sculptures and whatnot of men and women. The women were curvy, the men were like stacked, and Achilles, bro, right, comes to mind. And then towards the end of the empire, like the dudes started to become soft, and the features that were carved in the marble like were more identified with the original female artists. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was and that's just one of the oldest examples, but obviously that one's used because that's what our republic is supposed to be modeled after.
Yeah.
And like here we are suffering the same fate, it seems.
I think that whole good times, the four turnings and shit, good times fucking make weak man, and weak man make hard times make strong man, yada yada yada.
Yep.
I think that works in like kind of like like cultural waves and stuff like that, like how we have right now. And I think simultaneously, it's also working in an overlapping wave. Basically like the idea of decadence. It kind of like a fucking stock. Like there's ups and downs, but it's generally going in one direction, and then we come to a turning of a new era, and then it starts going up and down in the other direction. And basically, I think that's kind of what you're describing is basically that's how it basically goes. The hard times make fucking life easy for the future generations, and then about 3 or 4 generations, maybe 5 generations, depending on how strong the culture is, that it becomes basically weak men because they're basically the idea of cradle to grave society and stuff like that, and no idea of hard times and stuff like that. Right now we have cradle to grave government, which is basically leading to our age of decadence and stuff. And it basically it goes in waves. And I think we're on that wave right now where we have way too many weak men to basically stop this curve, and basically it's going to crash. And from that crash is going to breed a lot of strong men, to make good times again. At least that's the way that it seems to go, throughout cultures and civilizations and histories and stuff.
Yeah, and if you don't hit that opulence or decadence peak, it seems to not have the same effect. Like you were speaking on, these things wouldn't fly in current like Marxist or communist countries. Like you look at the actual communist countries, the majority, China, Russia, these are ancient empires, bro. They've been around forever. And even though like governments have come and gone or what have you, the people have pretty much stayed the same. And we both know that's what solidifies a society is a common fucking set of morals and beliefs that the society stands on as a whole. Even though there might be differing views and opinions here and there, overall the moral structure stays the same.
Right.
And that's the reason that they've been around for centuries and thousands of years, when in reality we've only been an empire since the end of World War I, and we're already fucking crumbling.
Yep. Yep. So if I can, speaking about when cultures change, man, what's going on with France right now? So basically, fucking, as you may or may not know, I guess a fucking young black person was killed by the police in a car or traffic stop, some shit, in France, and basically they're having their George Floyd moment right now. But the thing with them, so the way that we have, like Mexican immigrants here, they have Muslim immigrants there, and the Muslim immigrants
Even
are
more of them.
right, right. And they've basically just had a massive surge of Muslim immigrants too, much in the way that we're having a massive surge of immigrants as well, right? It's right. And so basically what's going on right now is they're trying to actually take over France. like actually take over France. Like, and based on France's history, it's not too far fetched of a reality. I mean, of course,
Yeah, I actually saw.
Uh, good.
Go ahead.
I was
I
saying
actually saw an excerpt from an interview with a moderate Muslim,
mhm.
and he literally said, "You colonized us for 126
Right.
years. It's our turn to colonize you."
Yep. Yep.
That
Basically,
was a moderate Muslim.
right. Vowing to basically destroy him. So I don't know. I'm kind of interested to see, like how, are they going to be able to handle it themselves, or what's going to go on? Like it's really a major event going on in France right now. Do you think France would ever be a Muslim nation in the middle of Europe?
I mean, at one point, I mean, obviously not current fucking
Right, right,
times.
right.
You know what I mean? No, I did not. I did not, and I believe that they could deal with the situation themselves pretty quickly if they took the fucking chains off of their militant ass police.
Hmm.
And if you see in the midst of this happening, they just relieved like one of their star soccer coaches that has trained a big majority of the pros that have come out of France over claims of racism, right? That he was mistreating fucking underprivileged players and shit like that. Like that's what they're concentrating on. Fucking liberalism bullshit instead of the health of their country. And I hate to say I agree with this dude, but even Macron himself said, fucking American liberalism is destroying the West.
Yep.
It's a cancer. You know what I mean? And that is a direct, really, I mean, because we've been letting immigrants pour into our shit unchecked for years now, and they just started doing this in recent years. So it's almost like a direct repercussion of us setting the example. Them being on a much smaller population scale and smaller country, they can't handle it, dude. Like the way
Yep.
it is now, they got to take the reins off and let people start cracking fucking skulls.
Yep. Yep. Fucking A, man. That's why I'm glad here we're able to stay strapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck all that shit, dude. Like I don't know I mean, like I say, fucking being necessary to a free nation. A militia being necessary to the free nation. Like we are the fucking militia, dude. Like when the shit hits the fan, fucking if we were to get invaded and our actual fucking heads of government were to get taken out and shit like that, like oh, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Like no, motherfucker, we're gonna take up arms because we are the militia, and this is our free
Yeah.
fucking nation. Like, come try to invade us, motherfucker. That's basically the whole what the Second Amendment is designed for. And of course, if government becomes tyrannical as well,
Yeah. And to defend that common set of morals and motherfucking beliefs.
yep,
You know what I mean?
yep,
But circling back real quick to the France situation, what about the MSM? They keep saying, but the France, they're rioting. The French are rioting. You
right,
know what I mean? It's not the fucking French, man. It's
yep,
a let's go Brandon moment. You know what I'm
yep,
saying? Like,
yep,
fuck.
yeah, dude. Fucking they're basically trying to fucking completely gaslight it like they're doing a fiery but mostly peaceful fucking news coverage of it, which is basically what they're good for. And I don't know, the entire fucking Marxist ideology, like I say, it's not even leftism anymore. It's pure fucking communism. I mean, it's I don't know, it's the whole fucking George Soros funded fucking World Economic Forum fucking Davos people, motherfuckers. Basically, this is their fucking coup. This is they have a lot of these high ranking people, especially in the media, not only in the media but also in fucking governments all over the fucking world in their pockets, and basically at a moment's notice, they say don't prosecute these people. They say fucking turn the other way, and they say fucking let this happen. It's basically this whole fucking cultural Marxism is basically it's been planned. Like I say, this is it's an actual fucking global coup. It seems like that's why we're seeing the population basically form have nationalist populist movements and shit, and basically the idea it's right now around the world, basically we're starting World War III, and it's the idea of fucking nationalism versus globalism. Yeah.
Mhm.
And unfortunately,
Yeah, for
I
sure.
believe our country's on the globalist side, unfortunately. Yeah. At least
Our
our
government is for
government.
sure.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But then again, like I say, our government is fucking bought and paid for. Most of the motherfuckers in government, the fucking the FBI, all these people, the fucking a lot of these people are just fucking bought and paid for. What was that fucking I think it was a Project Veritas interview or O'Keefe Media Group interview where basically they got someone from BlackRock talking about how easy it is to fucking buy senators and shit like that.
Yeah.
That those aren't fucking just like it's a movie. Like no, this is like that's real. That's fucking real, dude. Like it's not conspiracy. That's reality. And like I say, it's in full fucking view right now. It's in full display right now, and it's really just like I say, a lot of people are waking up. It's just whether enough of them are going to wake up fast enough. Because like I say, this this ideology cannot sustain itself without somebody basically at one point, don't worry, I will come in and save everybody. Next thing you know,
Yeah.
for the first time in human history, someone has dominated the globe. You
Yeah, and so a lot of them aren't even trying to hide it. Like you said, that took Project Veritas or O'Keefe Media to pull it out of people, right? The hidden camera situation. Meanwhile, Soros Jr. just inherited the fucking castle, and
right,
then 3 weeks later is in a closed door meeting off the record with Kamala.
Right. And he even,
You know what I'm saying?
as soon as that wealth, as soon as the reins got transferred to him, basically his first fucking thing he said was, "I'm even more political than my dad."
Right? How the fuck is that even possible?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I'm scared to find out. I'll be honest.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna buy the fucking presidency, dude. We're not just buying fucking DAs and fucking senators here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, dude, the world that we live in 10 years is not going to be even recognizable. You know? Like it's a crazy fucking thought to think of, dude. Like I said, the world is a fucking powder keg right now. Like fucking civil unrest is happening everywhere. The entire fucking planet, dude. Everyone. It's a
Yeah,
fucking
and you got the lizard steady trying to distract you with World War III.
Yep. Like I say, dude, they're trying to fucking crash the ship. So basically, they can, like, oh, don't worry, I just happen to have a brand new ship right here. Who wants to come on my ship? That's what the fuck they're doing, dude. They're basically.
Do you think that's what it's doing, or do you think they're gonna scatter like rats to their own tiny fucking life raft and float off, dude, into the fucking sunset with millions of dollars?
I don't think that. Into what fucking sunset? Like basically, society is sustained on this ship. They wouldn't crash the ship without having another one built and ready to go. What fucking use is money in a fucking completely dystopian, destroyed society? Like I say, they have a plan.
Well, I mean that. Right. I mean, it's not like they're going to run around with cash. Most of their stuff's invested in solid assets and fucking precious metals.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Shit that you and I are told we either can't get, fucking can't afford, or we're conspiracy theorists for wanting to obtain. You know what I mean? And so, they'll cash, they'll use that shit. And there's always, tiny little St. James's and fucking, you know what I'm saying? And new Epstein Islands and whatnot. And just to ride out the fucking storm, or in most cases, most of our leadership are fucking 70 plus years old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they'll just spend their sunset days drinking fucking pina coladas homemade by little Juan they brought over with them, Ned. Yep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Yeah. Like I don't know. It's pretty crazy, man. Like there's the three main ways that fucking people leaders basically come into power and shit, and is the charismatic way, which is the most common way. Basically we vote on the people that we like and shit like that. There's the hereditary way, which is basically if they can passed down and shit like that. And then there's the
legacy admissions,
right? And then there's the legal way, and it's basically you have to get all the money in the Monopoly game, and basically nobody has a choice but to fucking, you own everything. What are they gonna do? That's that's not as common, but that apparently is what we have going on right now.
Yeah, and I mean they kind of just take shit saying, "What are you going to do anyway?" I mean, the vast majority of people at this point don't support Ukraine anymore. Biden just announced a new package, including cluster bombs. I mean, just literally saying, "Fuck the American people. I don't give two shits." Dude's got an approval rating of 30%. You know what I mean? They keep fucking instituting ways to higher taxes or to deplete your money supply by raising the interest rates and fucking inflating the dollar.
Yep.
I mean, you know what I mean? Everything they do at this point is a big fuck you right to your face, bro.
Yeah.
And like we were talking earlier about fucking opulence and apathy, dude, we're fully there because most people don't give a fuck. A lot of them that do, like us, dude, we're guys that are, have other people fucking dependent on us, and we're trying to produce. We just get to sit here and fucking basically vent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the ones that will do something, they're disarming them and red flagging them and fucking kidnapping them and keeping them in solitary confinement for fucking years at a time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And then the ones that fucking, and then they got the fucking, the ones that they're watching online too, that they fucking nudge, like, oh, go on and shoot, go shoot them. We need another mass shoot. Like, dude, like it's, I don't know, fucking crazy times that we're living in, man. But I don't know, like I say,
new burner, bro. That was harsh.
But like I say, I'm optimistic that things tend to go toward the good. Just naturally. That's basically it. Nature doesn't tend to I don't know, unless nature wants to destroy us, because they gave us all fucking brain worms and shit, and yeah, yeah, right. Mother Nature's just fucking giving everybody fucking retard syndrome, and now we're all just gonna destroy ourselves. She found Mother Nature found out they can't destroy us with diseases, you can't destroy us with fucking weather, you can't destroy us with fucking natural disasters, none of that shit. So basically, you're just gonna make us all fucking stupid and let us destroy ourselves.
Yeah.
All right.
Then what was that movie, The Happening? The old Wahlberg's movie, dude, where the fucking plants just put off some defense fucking spore and it starts making fools kill themselves and shit. Man.
Oh shit!
It's pretty
I
intense.
remember
Like, you
hearing
see
about
some
that.
shit
I
like that
didn't.
happening.
Right? Yeah, I remember. Shit, we pretty much are, dude. People are fucking cutting off their fucking junk, bro. Like, people are cutting off their
Yeah.
junk and fucking we're cheering it on. Yeah, like.
Yeah, and you're an extremist that fucking sicken people older than you because you believe that there's something wrong with that.
Right.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
You're
Like I
killing
said,
them.
people older than you. Yeah, that makes it worse, bro. It's like you were in the middle.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? The younger generation, fucking lunatic little Marxists. The older generations, like some straight up Red Scare. Like they really are the communists, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, they are
Fuck
that.
McCarthy was right.
Right. They are that fucking generation, dude. You know. They are that fucking McCarthy era generation and shit. Like they were
Yeah.
fucking the original fucking ideologically subverted. You know. I don't even know if it's
You think
ideologically. I think it's just fucking idiocracy. I really, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure a lot of fucking subversion really is kind of going on, but I really do think, I don't know, people are just getting a little bit dumber. You know?
Yeah, and I don't think that they understand the phrases that they spout. Like you got both sides of that's unconstitutional. Freedom, that's free. You know what I mean? Democracy, Republican. Like in reality, they don't understand any of those words, bro. Like wouldn't the better thing just to be like, dude, leave me alone. I'll leave you alone, and then you can do what the fuck you want.
Right?
Like to me, that's a model that both sides should be able to easily get behind. Instead, that's for the stat quo GOP and the left. Those are terroristic, fucking radical words, bro.
Yep.
And it's unbelievable to me. Like it's almost like it's satirical. It's almost like it's surreal. Like it's how is this real right now?
All right. But I think the reason for that is like I said, the Constitution being subverted and shit like that, and basically it's only used as a buzzword now. If you really kind of think about it, First Amendment, fucking what I'm gonna fuck myself up because I don't remember, in order and shit. But First Amendment, fucking shit, that's been completely fucking subverted. Second Amendment, that's been completely fucking subverted. Fucking what's the third? Uh,
Dude, they all have the fourth, the 14th, even. You know what I'm saying? Even abolishing slavery at this point, the tax levels are fucking slavery.
actually, I forgot.
Right.
Got it printed
Got
out
it
right
right
here.
here, bro.
All right, let's see, fucking amendments. But yeah, basically the whole fucking thing's been subverted at this point. I mean, dude, like I said, the Constitution is. It used to be fucking guidelines. It used to be, since the dawn of fucking, America, there's always been two sides. There's always been fucking polarization. Basically, we could never agree on anything politically. It used to be the only thing that we could agree on is liberty and justice for all. That's the only fucking thing we could agree on. We can't do that no more. Right? Like, it's fucking
That's right.
liberty, fucking, we literally have fucking people that say freedom is bad. Like, literally, like, they actually, like, fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, school your freedom. Like, dude, like, that's a real fucking political opinion now in America. Like, that's bad. That's really bad.
You got MSNBC and CNN right now in complete meltdown because the judge laid out that injunction on Biden to where they can't control fucking speech on fucking social media platforms. And then the Biden admin immediately files an appeal. So what does that tell you? Right? That the
Right.
censorship you were called a conspiracy theorist for pointing out is not only real, but now the machine's trying to fight to protect the ability to do that right before a fucking election cycle.
Right, because I mean, of course, there's stipulations in that basically say, the government can still talk to fucking social media when it comes to, matters of national security and things like that. but not when it comes to things like people's political opinions or basically people's opinions in general. And that seems reasonable to me. But nope. They have to appeal that shit. Like, no. Like, that's not enough. We need to be able to fucking, if we need to make sure that we can censor people that are guilty of wrongthink, right?
Yeah. And then they tell, and then, they come out and tell you that, no, we rely on these platforms to enforce their terms. Then why are you fighting for the ability to force terms? You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right.
everything they say is fucking bullshit, dude. Like, I swear, dude, like every one of the people that are in our government currently are like, Saul Alinsky alkalites and studied fucking rules for radicals like the Bible, bro,
Yep.
because it's an everyday thing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, man. Well, we're coming up on about 51 minutes here. Fucking man, that's quite a good one, man. I actually got the audio on this one too.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, dude,
What do
fucking
you think about Biden right now, though, dude? One last one. What do you think about Biden in this latest Ukraine's package, including cluster bombs?
I don't know, dude. I mean, obviously, fucking the Ukraine, it's an unwinnable war. We're literally just throwing fucking money at them. I think it, like I say, Biden has fucking his connections through Ukraine, through Hunter, and fucking through all these. Dude, I'm sure it's not even just Hunter. I'm sure he's got fucking a million different fucking shell corporations from all over the fucking world that just funnel him fucking money and put it in whatever fucking accounts that he wants and shit. All from fucking leaders all over the world right now. So basically, the whole thing with Ukraine and Russia right now, dude, it's I mean, fucking Zelensky's an actor. It's all a fucking show. I mean, I'm sure to Putin, I'm pretty sure Putin is serious. But I think fucking Zelensky and shit
Yeah.
like knows, basically, you know, dance, monkey, dance. Fucking, you're gonna end up getting killed, but in the meantime, dance, motherfucker. We paid you. Like, remember what you owe us. And, like, America is basically, dude. I don't know. It's really kind of shitty to think about your own country, dude. But when it comes to foreign policy, I don't think there's a single thing that I like about America at all. Like, it's come to the point where I understand why the rest of the world hates us now. You know, like just from looking into all the type of shit that we do, the fucking global hegemony, the fucking, it's bad to invade a fucking, like if you invade other countries and shit, fucking that's terrible. We do it all the fucking time. If they fucking
Yeah.
if they don't get in line, we're gonna fucking invade you, and we're gonna blame it on you. Like, we've been doing that, like you said, since fucking we became an empire, and
Mhm.
you know, it's kind of weird, like fucking growing up thinking fucking, oh, like the rest of the world, they're just fucking, they just wish that they could be us or whatever, like, and when you really think about it, no, it's really because we've been kind of fucking the rest of the world for quite some time now, and
Yeah.
forcing them to fucking, use our currency and shit like that. And meanwhile, they don't have any fucking say over how the currency is fucking handled, and we could just inflate it endlessly. Dude, like, we're, when you really think about it, dude, like, we're the baddies,
Mhm.
But
Yeah, and it's fucked up because like we keep using weapons that fuck up generations of people, man.
yep,
Like, in the Middle East, dude, it was white phosphorus weapons. Now they're having mutants and fucking they're turning sterile, shit like that. And then now with cluster bombs, that shit kills for like generations, bro.
yeah,
Like, we're still to this day paying for and going to remove cluster bombs from fucking Vietnam. You know what I mean? And like it still kills and maims people, to this day. You know what I mean?
so
Because they drop these clusters of explosives. Not all of them goes off. You know what I mean? There's a lot of times where there'll be leftovers and they're
like
buried in the ground.
right, like old landmines
And
and shit.
it
Yeah,
becomes like a mine situation. You know what I mean? Where, they say someone buys some land, they go to dig, whatever. I mean, whatever the case, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it, blows up fucking kids, shit
yeah,
like that. And then not to mention, it's shit like I just said, we're still paying for fucking, 60, 70 years later and shit. We're still paying to remove these weapons, dude.
yeah,
I mean, it's, I
yeah.
mean, it's asinine, dude, asinine. And then not to mention, like you just said, none of these fucking battles that we're involved in have anything to do with us.
Yeah.
Literally, we're not fucking policemen. We're $32 trillion in debt. We've depleted our munitions and fucking fuel supplies. And they are literally at the point where they're like, fuck it, we'll break everybody to fucking just to, you know what I mean? To
Yep.
fight Russia, bro. Like, what the Fuck, man.
Fucking leave it with the quote from fucking Sun Tzu, man. A truly evil man will burn down his own empire so he can reign over the ashes. Welcome to America. All right, man. Fucking that's a damn good show, man. Fucking
Damn good.
yeah, yeah. All righty, man. Well, we appreciate both of you that stopped by. Yeah, they're gone already, but you know, still either way, you know, it's a damn good show. People will watch it later because I put a good catchy title.
Hell yeah.
All right,
Damn good.
all right. Oh yeah, man. Fucking all right, bro. You have you a good weekend, sir. If you guys are not already subscribed to this man's channel, make sure you guys get over there and subscribe to the Liberty Swine channel. Link will be in the description below. I'm gonna have to update it later, so if you're watching this, probably you know like the next day or something like that, it might not be in the description. But go ahead and find his channel. It's the Liberty Swine. Also follow us on you know Truth Social, Twitters. And I don't know. That's about it. I really don't kind of fuck with social media that often. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see like 1 or 2 tweets a week from me. And it's usually just talking shit.
My shit's on everything, man. You know, mine's TikTok, fuck, dude, Twitter, Facebook's Insta. I'm there.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. You have you a good weekend, sir. Good night.